Hello guys, Adam here from Pause Games and welcome to another sort of tutorial here in PlanZoo. So today we are going to take a look at some of the staff facilities and also some of the staff features. So let's first of all have a look through all the different buildings that are available in the game. So the first two buildings that we're going to take a look at are the keeper huts. So these come in a large and a small version. Basically all the information here is just what we've seen on everything else. So you've got the number of animals, number of meals that it serves, its capacity, whether it's efficient or not, and also its scenery rating, as we did talk about in the guest features in the last episode. But what this does have is an interior. So if we have a little look inside, we can see that we do have an interior in here, which is really nice. This is something we never had in Planet Coaster, is any kind of like actual in-game interior. But it's very, very detailed, to be fair. There's a bit of food there. I mean, cleanliness-wise, it's not the best, really, is it? Leftover food hanging around, some old manky bananas, gloves everywhere. But it's nice that we've got this interior. Really nice. Bit of information here, some notice boards and signs and all kind of stuff. But yeah, it's not the cleanest. It probably wouldn't pass any hygiene awards, but it's good that we've got interiors. And when the staff do come in and actually fiddle around with this stuff, you can see it. They actually do come in here, chop up meat and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, it's really nice. So that's the large one. The smaller one is basically the same as that, just a bit smaller. If that makes sense. Look at the mess of them gloves. You need to sort your life out. So yeah, we've got these two keeper huts. So they are really nice. Oh, sorry kids. Okay, next up we've got Quarantine Large and Quarantine Small. So this is where you will send your animals if there's some kind of disease and you want to quarantine them. So this will tell you exactly how many animals you can have in here at any one time. The large has a capacity of 24 animals and the small has a capacity of 8. And it also tells you how many vets are in there, basically. I don't know if there is a specific maximum of vets you can have. I'm not really sure. Here you can choose which animals basically you want in there, I guess. If you've got certain animals in your park, you probably be able to select that here. And it gives you all the options to return the selected animals back to their habitats, store them in the trade centre, release them to the wild, or rehome them. No interiors for this one, but that is quite a specific building that, like I say, you only use to quarantine your animals. Okay, next up we've got the Veterinary Surgery. So this one it only comes in the one size. Again, it tells you your scenery rating, whether it's efficient, its capacity. This is just one animal in this one, and the number of vets. That looks like a hot dog on that symbol, but it's number of vets. Again, it shows the staff here and which animal is inside just there. And this one does have a lovely interior. Way, there we go. So again, as with the keep hut, really nicely done in here. Lots of stuff to look at, and again, these are active buildings when there is an animal inside. So the animal will be on the bed, and the vets will actually be doing work in here with the animals, which is excellent to see. Again, not the cleanest room in the world, bit of junk everywhere, but it's good to see. You've got a little plug socket down there. Look at that, amazing. So yeah, really nice to get interiors. It's really, really good to see these in the game. Okay, next up we've got a couple of staff rooms. This again, it tells you your capacity. This what the large one, it comes with a capacity of 12, and you can also add different perks to this as well. So you can give them staff healthcare, social club, learning resources, security office, staff PR course, or add a rec room. All of them obviously incur extra costs, but it in turn makes your staff a lot happier. So that's the large. The small has a capacity of 4. And again, they do have interiors. So they're just chilling, having a little chat, watching telly and all that kind of stuff. The little game console on there. Looks like a Super Nintendo. Kind of. DVD player, dead plants, which not great. What we got over here? There's a trailing wire there, kids. That is a trip hazard. We've got a lamp, a dartboard, guitar if you want to have a go. Oh, look at that clock. That is cute. Really nice. Is that an actual... Oh, that clock is actually working and all. Amazing. Yeah. Nice. Oh, it's sort of like Henry Hoover, but it's... what is it? Like an elephant. Like an elephant Hoover. So good. Really, really good. All the little bits and pieces here, trinkets and that. All your little stickers that are in game on the fridge, nicely themed. Little king coaster up there, look, and a whatever he's called, Gulpy guy or whatever he is. And then into the kitchen, more stuff in the sink. I thought it was going to be a Planet Coaster cup in the sink, then, but it's not. Yeah, loads of cool stuff. And I, again, really like these nice interiors, and they've put a lot of effort in them, actually, to be fair, because you're not really going to spend much time looking in here, let's be honest. Oh, donuts. They're all yummy. But yeah, it's nice that they've put these in. Let's have a quick look inside the smaller one. Pretty much the same. Sorry, love, what you walked in on. But so yeah, same again. We've got little books and tables and all sorts of stuff. Microwave. So yeah, it's pretty much the same kind of stuff, but yeah, in a slightly smaller room. So really good. I really like having these interiors, and there's that cute clock again. Okay, next up we've got the Research Centre Large and the Research Centre Small. So the capacity for the large is 6 and the small is just the 1. So obviously this is where your vets will come to research the plethora of things that you want to research in your zoos. Again, a lovely interior in this one. It's got those standard messy gloves. We've got another notice board. What's an interesting little poster? These are sort of places which you'd think they'd hide a few, like, Easter eggs and stuff. I mean, if we delve in a bit more, there might be stuff hidden in here. It makes sense. But, yeah, really nice. So it's little research stations. I'm guessing there's 6 laptops in here where they can all sit around. Oh, there isn't actually, but, yeah, never mind. Over here, got some beakers, some more computers, and all that kind of good stuff. And some little workings on the wall. So really, really nice. Again, I love the interiors. Let's have a quick look inside the smaller one. It's going to be pretty much the same. This is just a tiny, tiny little box, tiny little office. But yeah, here we go. That is the research station. Oh, it tells you how to sit at a desk. Anyone who works in an office, you know you have to go through this rubbish. So yeah, there we go. There's the research stations. Lovely. Okay, next up we have a workshop. This just comes in the one size. You can have the capacity of 1. Again, all this stuff on here, it will tell you who was in there and all that kind of stuff. Inside it is what you would imagine a workshop would look like. There's bits of tools and all sorts of stuff. Paint and a lovely workbench here. Again, not very tidy, but it doesn't need to be, does it? I'd love to see what a lot of the planko for these words mean, like that, hombar. If anyone knows, let me know down below. What's this say down here? Show off Emma Wanpai. Welcome. Home sweet home. No, it won't be home sweet home. I don't know. Anyone knows what that means? Let me know. But yeah, this is the little workshop. Over here we've got the Animal Trade Centre. This one is basically just have it in your park, and you can trade your animals and exhibit animals through this. It's not. It doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to have an interior on this one. It doesn't. It's just a box because you never really go in it. But that is just there if you ever want to know what it looks like, and that's it. So as before, with all the guest facilities we covered, you can also plonk down a lot of these ready blueprints that are all nicely themed. There's a big selection for each one. So it really does give you the option to put some really nice stuff down, nice and quick, without having to faff around making these things yourself. These are just a couple that we've put down so you can see how they look in game. Really, really nice. Some of these sets are absolutely wonderful. And some of the styles, like this one, again, is very, very contemporary, that fits anywhere. You could fit that in any kind of theme and any kind of zoo. And this is how they all look when you've got like the nice windows and stuff on them, and all the walls. It really does look brilliant with the interiors. The fact you can see straight through them, really nice touch. There's a few more here from like the Asian set, and then another one from the sort of generic So really nice. They've done really well with these, and it's really nice to have these little blueprints ready in the game. They are very useful. I've been using them. Right then, let's talk about staff. So let's head straight into here. So what staff do we have in the game? So we have caretakers, keepers, mechanics, security, vendors and veterinarians. So they're all pretty self-explanatory, but let's talk about the difference between keepers and vets first of all. So the keepers are the ones that will go in and out of each exhibit and feed the animals. They'll clean the enclosures and basically keep them, keep the animals and the habitats looking nice and keep those all going. The vets basically do everything else. They're in charge of keeping everyone healthy. They'll be the ones who will quarantine any animals and do any treatments that are needed. So those are the big differences between the keeper and the vets. The caretakers are there to look after the grounds, so they don't go into the enclosures. They mainly stay to the paths and are looking after your guests more than anything, picking up litter, emptying bins, cleaning toilets and that sort of thing. Mechanics are there to fix pretty much everything. If a ride breaks down or one of the bins is broken, a TV screen is bashed in, if one of the enclosure fences is messed up, anything like that is what the mechanic will do. Security is obviously the security, walking around the park, making sure everyone is behaving and everything is running smoothly. And vendors are these lovely little zombie people who are walking around. They are automatically placed in the park by default whenever you place a shop. That's the little row of shops we did in the last episode. So yeah, they are already there. If you ever want to hire more, you can do from the staff menu. So the one thing we are going to talk about is work zones, because that is something that's quite useful. So let's do a keeper as the example here. So let's plonk down a keeper and pause you. So we've got, who have we got here? We've got Cassie Wynn as our example. So this gives us obviously all the basic information you need when you click on a staff member. Little quick bits and pieces about how much stuff they've done. You can give staff room perks here. So we talked about in the staff room earlier on. So we put a training perk there, and this staff member has been and rested in that staff room. That perk will then be applied to the staff member. So that's how that works. Employment here shows you their salary, whether they're happy or not, and you can up and down their salary here. You can also do it from the staff page here in sort of more of a you can see everyone's stats in one go. So if you want to give people pay rises and training upgrades, you can do it from this as well. So this is where you can choose specific tasks. So this is everything by default, so everything is pretty much there. If you want to split this up, you can do. So each enclosure could have 3 keepers, one doing one of these if you really wanted to. Depends how efficient you want to be. But remember, each person you hire, there's a big wage. And obviously in Sandbox, that's absolutely fine because you're unlimited money. But if you're in a campaign or franchise mode or something like that, you need to be careful of how many staff you have. Training then is listed here, and this is you can train them depending on how long they've worked for you. You can train them up, and it obviously does cost money. And one of the big things here is if you are training your employees, they will expect a higher salary. So again, keep an eye on that to make sure you're not spending too much money. And then here's their general staff statistics, and that's all listed right here. So the main thing we want to show you with the staff is a work zone. So here is the best thing to sort out with any zoo you're making. My personal advice is, as soon as you put down a habitat, set up a specific keeper to just work in that area. So how do you do it? So you jump in here. There's a few ways you can get to this, but this is the easiest way. Open this and make a new work zone. So what you need to make sure you do for the keeper is you want to select the habitat itself and also select a very nearby keeper hut. My advice is put a keeper hut quite nearby every enclosure, but remember to theme them in. So that's how you do that. We've selected those, and that's how we go. So in there now, this person has got the work zone of 1. If you go into work zone manager, you can rename these anything you want. So this can be habitat, I can't spell, habitat 1 for an example, or monkey, or whatever you want to call it, swan, I don't know, whatever you want. You can call it whatever you want. you can add a staff room on it if you want. I'm pretty sure they still go to staff rooms anyway, so I wouldn't worry about that too much. But that is my advice on the best way to have make sure an enclosure is always being fed and kept clean and all that kind of stuff. Because if you just have them wandering around aimlessly in the park, you could have 10 keepers over one side of the park and sort of neglecting everything on the other side, and it gets a bit messy. So at least that way, they're always going to be checking back and forth on every specific enclosure. So that just about covers the basics of staffing. Like I said, it's not a very in-depth thing, this. It's just a very quick overview of how how everything works in terms of the staff facilities, how you can quickly put together a work roster, and how you can sort of see inside all the different buildings now. So that's going to do us for this very quick little sort of tutorial. There'll be more in this little series as we expand this little tutorial park out. We've done the rides, we've done the guest features, and now we've done the staff features. So I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, don't forget to give us a like down below and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all of the content. Fancy a chat, head over to Twitter and Discord. All the links are down below in the description. Well, for now, guys, thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, bye!